Hello everyone, Irene here, back in my studio in the south of France, and today I'm continuing with a painting I started, a mixed media painting process using lots of different techniques. Stick around because you see how I transform this painting here using some spray paints, this lovely gold coppery colour, and now I'm using a stick to scrape into the paint. So just in case you're trying to work out the imagery, because it is a little bit abstract, there's this kind of bird image in the top right hand corner and in a kind of garden with flowers all around, and then I had this face, this portrait looking up at the bird. But you see in a minute that it changes, so guess what it will turn into? So here's where I decide to change things up. And you may have seen the last video where I was working with a portrait as well, and I had a big challenge of going back and forth with it being realistic and abstract, and I couldn't get the balance right until the very end, where I think I did. And I didn't want to go down that road again, so I decided to change it. Here I'm using spray paint to kind of cover things up, get some contrast in with the darks and lights. And then I start using my new favourite tool, which is this kind of scraper tool. I'm loving this scraping into the wet paint, playing around with mark making and textures. Yeah, like I said, just playing around with the paint, experimenting. Every new painting is an opportunity to try out different techniques. You're learning things, well I am, I'm learning things all the time, and you know, you heard about happy accidents, sometimes things happen when you don't expect them to. I really love this, by the way. I love the unpredictability of things. That's why I love these drippy inks and things like that. Up to now on this painting there's been lots of techniques, lots of layers, acrylic paints, collage inks. I like drawing in between layers as well, and you saw me using spray paints. I think I've used spray paints before as well. I'll link the start of the painting down below as well, so you can go back and watch that if you haven't seen it already. Like I said before, this scraping tool is one of my latest finds, and I've been having a lovely time scraping away with that. So you can add paint on with it, you can scrape paint off, the remains on the tool you can add somewhere else, and then you can draw into it with the sharp, they're not sharp, with the fine edges you can scrape in as well, like line drawings. So, you know, more than a double bonus, treble, quadruple bonus. So the portrait's gone. So I really wasn't feeling it, I wasn't liking it, and I didn't want to go back in and get with realistic, non-realistic. So I got rid of it. It's spring here, it's spring, there's lots of lovely spring flowers out. Near where I live there is a beautiful magnolia tree, so magnolias are in. Obviously I'm going to be influenced by what I see. Magnolias in and portraits out, so let's see where this takes us. Oh, the other one I was working on, whoops. Yeah, this one with the bird, well, it was a magpie actually. It was from my 2 for Joy series with the 2 birds. I'm feeling better about this one too. Getting back into my kind of more abstract imagery. One too, I feel like we're almost there with that. I need to go in with some oil paints next, and well, maybe in this video, maybe not, we'll see. But for now, I'll continue with this one. Back in with some spray paints and some inks as well. And here adding some stencils. I kind of felt this bird was sat in a tree, so I wanted to get some kind of leafy texture in that little bit. Working with acrylic paints in between all these different techniques. Going in with more of this pink to bring this magnolia flower out a little bit more. So basically still just building up the paint on the canvas. A little close up so far. And my palette. You can kind of get the gist of my colour palette that I'm using with the colours that I hope you're enjoying my painting process videos. Do feel free to leave a comment below. It does actually help YouTube to show it to more people when people react, so that would be great. I was really amazed at the number of views my last video got. My best so far, so I'm really happy about that. And do stick around to the end because I'm going to be giving something away at the end, so I won't interrupt the video now, but at the end I'll tell you about my free print that I'm offering to all my new subscribers, just to say thank you. Hi, so I feel like I've gone as far as I can with acrylics. I'm just going to add a little bit of this light yellow here. I feel as if I need some kind of continuity going on. Just giving it a try. Stand back, have a look. Yeah, I think I like that. So anyway, I think I've gone as far as I can with acrylic paints. So what I'm going to do now is go in with some oil paints. I've decided I want to send this back, so I'm going to put some glazes on, try and get that sent back a little bit. I was playing with this back and forth challenge. So I'm going to try that, get in with some oils, put it flat on the table and work with some glazes and see what happens next. So hopefully I can find some space on my palette. Here is my oil palette. And here is my acrylic palette. Oil, acrylic. What am I working on? Oil next. I'll change. Put that to one side. Here goes, I'm making this thin glaze of lemon yellow in oil paint. I'm going to go over this middle bit, see what happens. I ended up going over everything. I'm going to go over everything apart from this flower. This is what I want to stand out most. I like to finish my painting in oils because you can get these really nice glazes and you can use the warm and cold colours to send things back and bring things forward. Here I'm adding some more warm pinks and reds to that flower that I want to be more in the foreground. And when that dries, I will come in and glaze over that with some warm red as well to kind of bring the colours together. Yeah, I think it's almost finished. I put a few more glazes where I said I was going to on the flower, and I think everywhere I put some more glazes on. It's almost finished. So yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Let me know what you think. I'm not opening myself up to criticism, am I? Anyway, Yeah, so I wanted to say, with all these, I've suddenly got all these new subscribers and it's fantastic, so I wanted to thank you all and to welcome you into my art world. I'm giving away this print from my Spirit of the Mountain painting, the process I did way back, so I'll link that below if you want to go back and watch that. So yeah, this is a free printable download, so you can get that either on my website or I'll put it below as well. So yeah, thank you to all my new subscribers. Got lots going on with this. I've got the other one that I started at the same time as this. I started two new abstracts, that one, and where's the other one? Sneak preview. So me starting how I start a painting with abstract marks and materials, media, all different types of techniques. That's coming up very soon. Yeah, so I feel surrounded by things I've got to do. So I'll see you next time. Don't forget to get your print, and thank you, and bye bye. Au revoir.